So my apologies up front if there's some hunting in this video or if it gets out of focus. My apologies, the technology failed me in this one. How's it going? I want to talk about my experience with my very first pop-up art show. Basically like a art shop at a flea market. I eventually want to do like craft shows, art fairs, whatever you want to call them. And this was basically a test run for me. Very bare bones, very simple. I talked about it in a video before. Basically kind of like just a simple lemonade stand setup. A table, and that's it. So what I ended up doing, I had 4x6s, 5x7s, and 12x18s. I ended up doing one 8.5 by 11. And so for the papers, the 4x6s were a glossy photo paper, the 5x7s were an archival paper, and the 8.5 by 11 and the 12x18s were lustered paper. The 4x6s were in sleeves, the 5x7s were in top loaders, and then I had a couple framed photos. So going forward, I definitely want to have a second table. I do like the one table, but it's kind of limiting, especially to the size. If you have a full-size folding table, you know, with the full legs and the whole gimmick, I think that would be great. I have like the folding table, but then it folds in half. I think it's only a 4-foot table, so it's a small table. But that's how I wanted to do it. But I think once I was there, I think it's perfect for how it was set up, but I would like to have just a little bit more room for some more frames, just to kind of catch people's attention. But with that being said, I had an easel set up with two 12x18 prints, and that was definitely an eye catcher. Everyone was noticing that easel with those photos on there. I picked the Radio Shack photo and the Super Mario 3 Nintendo photo. Those were great choices, especially the Radio Shack. Everyone talked about the Radio Shack. A few people are really interested in the Nintendo photo. It seemed like that the people that looked at it was really looking at it. And I think next time I'd definitely have that photo available in smaller prints for the cheaper option. But anyways, I want to talk about just the setup and the cost. So I wanted to keep it bare bones, basically for the experience, the process. You know, and doing it at a flea market is really random. I definitely won't argue with that. So you know, I was surrounded by someone selling some trinkets, someone selling some old vinyls, just, you know, stuff. And then here I am with a table and a banner and photos. So I was definitely out of the normal element there. But that was also kind of by design as well, and it actually ended up being a good thing. A lot of great conversations and all that. But so the table I got was just a folding table, again, that folds in half. It's I didn't shoot much video there, but I'll show some video. I was definitely focused in on kind of what was going on, bringing it all in, you know, and just kind of learning from it and what I would do differently the next time. I think the table was, you know, maybe 32, 35 bucks. And then the banner was, I want to say, around the same price, actually. You know, it might have been 35. It was actually from Vistaprint. And I highly recommend upgrading the whole thing. You get the double stitching or whatever they call that, the metal grommets, I think that's what they call it. Just enhance everything that you can enhance, and it makes it like maybe 10 or 15 more dollars. I don't really quite remember. I think you can get a banner for like 20 bucks, 22 bucks, but spend the extra $12 or whatever it is for the outdoor version. It's very high quality, very nice. If you want me to make a video kind of showing all the details of that, definitely let me know. But it's a high quality banner, like it's legit. Easel I already had, it's actually been sitting in my house I never even used it. The price tag was on it, was a $20 easel. It's an interesting one because it's kind of like old looking, but any easel will do fine. The nice thing about this one is that I was able to like attach a bungee cord to the top, and that's how I was able to hang the second print up higher. So you can definitely rig stuff up to display your photos as well. And obviously, yeah, well, besides that stuff, I had my chair. The chair was, I think $15 at Walmart. I bought a nice, just big, wide one, cup holders. Actually had a little like cooler on the side. And you can actually attach an umbrella to the back, so if you need some shade. So yeah, I would definitely do that too. Get the better chair. Don't buy the cheapest chair, because if you're gonna be sitting for a long time. I didn't really sit much, but you know, if you're gonna be there for a full day, you know, you'll want a comfy chair for sure. And at this spot as well, I was gonna be there from 8 a.m. Well, it opened at 8 a.m. I was there before then to set up to 1 p.m. That was kind of my idea of getting the morning flow and then the lunch crew. But early on, people were saying that they're gonna be leaving around, you know, lunchtime, so I didn't know what that really meant for people, and I kind of just assumed people would be wrapping up around, you know, 12:30 or 1 o'clock. But to be honest, it started at 8. There's people around me wrapping things up at 10. Like, they got that morning rush of people. They were good. They were starting to pack up. I was still rolling because there's still people around me, and it didn't seem awkward for me to really be there. And traffic was still coming down. But about 11 o'clock, everyone was piecing it. It got to the point where it's like, all right, there's a long gap between the next person and me, and I decided to I wrapped up about 11:45. So I think for me in advertising locally, like on, you know, on my social media and stuff like that, for when I do it, I'll probably do 8 a.m. till 11. And then if I'm there after, I'm there after. So that's definitely what I'll do next time. And for what I learned, I would say I'd want a second table. I think it's, if you want to start off simple, if you want to do something like this, I would do the same thing. Start really simple. Just make it easy. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it easy. I didn't have to worry about too much. It's more so about the process and talking to the people and what they were thinking. I mean, I had long conversations with probably, like, you know, an actual conversation, you know, I don't know what long really means, but, you know, an actual conversation was probably about, I'd say about 40 people. And then there was a lot of, like, just people stopping, hey, how you doing? You know, that's cool, this is cool. You know, very, you know, simple talks with, like, a lot of people. I mean, it was, so you get, with all that traffic, you know, it's good to have that, get that out of the way. Just, like, seeing what people are going to talk about and see kind of how things were received. Because obviously, like I said earlier, I was out of the element. You know, I'm trying to sell photos next to someone trying to sell trinkets, and it's just it's a whole different vibe. But the support was insanely awesome, which is really cool. I didn't know if it would be like one of those things that people like look over and be like, what's this? What is he doing here? You know? But a lot of great conversations. Sold some prints, which I wasn't expecting to sell any. Like, I didn't have the goal of really selling any. It was, again, it was the process, because eventually I want to start doing like art fairs, and I knew this was going to be a very low-key practice of me, how I want it set up, how I want it to look, talking to random strangers about photos. And one more thing I wanted to mention before I wrap this up is the nice thing about a flea market, at least here in Ohio, the spots are really cheap. Having this space was only $15. There's some art fairs and stuff that, you know, $150, $200. And so to go to a flea market and get the process for 15 bucks, and obviously with that low price, you can just hustle some cheaper prints, or, you know, one print will make up for it, or whatever you want to, you know, manage to do it, is, you know, a nice price to go off of. Like I said, I didn't even plan on selling any. You know, it'd be nice, but it wasn't like I didn't have a goal of doing it, to where if I did it, it was just $15, and I had the experience needed to go through that process. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'll talk to you soon.